Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today because we have some very exciting General Hospital news to talk about, and it's definitely worth the wait. You know, I've been hooked on General Hospital for decades now, and every time I hear some fresh news about the show, it still gets my heart pumping like it did back in the old days. So when I caught wind of this latest update, I just had to sit back in my chair with a big smile on my face. They've gone and cast a new fella named Guyire to play Tristan Roberts on the show. From what I understand, he started filming his very first scenes on June 1st. Now, here's the part I thought was real special. That same day, the crew was celebrating filming the 16,000th episode of General Hospital. 16,000 episodes. Can you believe that? It just goes to show how this old soap has been part of so many people's lives for such a long time, and I reckon it was a pretty proud moment for everyone on set. What really tells me they're serious about this new guy is that they gave him a proper contract. That means the writers and producers see something special in him and want to keep him around in Port Charles for quite a while. I like that. Nothing's worse than getting attached to a new character and then watching them disappear after a few weeks. I've been thinking a lot about what this Tristan Roberts might bring to the story. Who's he going to meet first when he walks into town? Will he bump heads with some of the strong personalities we already know and love, or is he going to charm his way into everyone's hearts? And of course, knowing General Hospital like I do, I wouldn't be surprised if he catches the eye of one of the ladies and starts a whole new romance. Lord, these shows know exactly how to make your heart race with that kind of stuff. I can already picture myself yelling at the TV when it happens. And let me tell you something that really made me chuckle. The name Tristan Roberts sounds so familiar, doesn't it? The first time I heard it, I thought, wait a minute. It sure does remind me of our beloved Tristan Rogers, the man who played Robert Scorpio all those years. Whether they meant to do that as a little wink to longtime fans like me or not, I don't know, but it sure feels like a nice touch. It makes me wonder if there's any connection they're planning between the two characters, or if it's just one of those fun coincidences that keeps things interesting. I've got a real good feeling about Guyire joining the cast. Fresh faces with talent, always breathe new life into the show. And at this point, with over 16,000 episodes behind them, that's exactly what General Hospital needs. I'm already counting down the days until July 13th when his first episode airs. It's moments like these that remind me why I've stuck with this show for so many years. It's like catching up with old friends while meeting some interesting new ones at the same time. I can't wait to see what kind of trouble, laughs, and drama this Tristan Roberts brings with him. You know, what really warmed my heart the most about this news is finding out that the name Tristan Roberts wasn't picked randomly. It looks like the writers chose it partly as a beautiful way to remember and honor Tristan Rizmilaro, the wonderful actor who passed away in 2025. I'll be honest with you, when I heard that, I had to pause for a moment and just smile with a little bittersweet feeling. Rogers gave us so many years of pure joy as Robert Scorpio. He was tough, charming, and had that special spark that made him one of the all-time favorites in Port Charles. Even though he's no longer with us, his memories will live on forever in the hearts of us longtime fans. All those classic scenes, the drama, the romances, and the way he carried himself, they're still fresh in my mind like it was yesterday. And now by naming this new character, Tristan Roberts, it feels like the show is saying thank you and keeping his spirit alive in a very respectful way. I think that's real classy. It makes me feel like the folks behind General Hospital truly care about the history and the people who built this show over the years. Now let's talk about the young man who's stepping into this role, Guyire. From what I've seen and read, he's no stranger to television. If you've watched much over the past years, you might already recognize his face from popular shows like Neighbors, where he had a long run, or from Glee, where he brought some real energy to the screen. He's also appeared in Zoe 102 and 911, and quite a few other projects too. The boy has range, I'll give him that. I'm glad they picked someone with solid experience instead of a total newcomer. It makes me feel more confident that he'll fit right in with the rest of the cast. What I found really interesting about Dean is his life story before he got famous. He was born in South Africa and then moved all the way to Australia when he was just 15 years old. Can you imagine picking up and starting a new life in a brand new country at that age? That takes real courage and strength. It must have been quite an adventure for him and his family. I've always admired folks who are willing to chase opportunities far from home. It shows character, And here's something that really caught my attention according to his background. Dean Guyire is a 4th degree black belt in karate. 4th degree! That's no small achievement. His whole family has a strong tradition in martial arts, which I think is wonderful. It makes me wonder if the writers might give his character Tristan Roberts some exciting action scenes or tough moments where he can show off those real skills. Wouldn't that be something? I can already picture him handling some trouble in Port Charles with confidence and style. It would add a fresh, exciting flavor to the show that we haven't seen in a while. All in all, I believe Dean Guyire is going to be a fine addition to the General Hospital family. He deserves a big, warm welcome from all of us who have been watching for so many years. I'm really looking forward to seeing how his character interacts with everyone. Will he become fast friends with some, butt heads with others, or maybe even steal the heart of one of the lovely ladies in town? That's the kind of thing that keeps General Hospital so much fun after all these decades. It's little touches like honoring old favorites while bringing in talented new faces that make me keep coming back episode after episode. I've got my favorite chair ready, my coffee cup in hand, and I'm counting down the days until we get to meet this new Tristan Roberts on screen. It's going to be a good ride. I can feel it in my bones. You know, no matter how you slice it, I've got a real good feeling that Dean Guyire is going to fit into General Hospital just perfectly. There's something about him, that charm, that experience, and the way he carries himself that makes me think he's going to slide right into the crazy world of Port Charles, like he belongs there. I believe a whole lot of us who have been watching for years are already getting excited and counting down the days until we see him on our screens. It's always nice when they bring in someone who feels right for the show. I'll tell you what, I plan to keep a close eye on all the latest updates, and I'll be happy to share them with you as soon as more news comes out. We're going to learn so much more about what the future holds for Guyire in the role of Tristan Roberts. I'm especially curious to see who he's going to get close to and whether any sweet romances might bloom along the way. You know how General Hospital loves to stir up those heartfelt love stories that keep us coming back day after day. Whether it's friendship, rivalry, or something more tender, I have a feeling his character is going to touch a lot of hearts. One thing I'm pretty certain about is that Tristan is going to make a strong, lasting impression right from the very first moment he appears. He won't just walk in quietly. I think he's going to turn a few heads and shake things up in the best possible way. So do yourself a favor and don't miss any of the episodes coming up, because there are some big, shocking surprises on the way that I don't want you to overlook. From everything I've been hearing through the grapevine, the folks at General Hospital are cooking up plenty of unexpected twists and turns. The writers over at ABC have been busy, and it sounds like there will be a bunch of unpredictable storylines that none of us will see coming. That's what I've always loved about this show. Just when you think you've got it all figured out, they throw in something new that keeps you guessing and talking with your friends for weeks. All these years later, it still feels good to know that General Hospital keeps bringing fresh energy while honoring the past. I'm sitting here in my favorite chair, smiling like an old fool, just thinking about all the drama, laughter, and tears we're going to enjoy together. So grab your coffee or tea, get comfortable, and let's enjoy this next chapter. It's going to be a wonderful ride, my friends. I can't wait to see what happens next.